The road to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn starts tonight. Old habits, new rivalries, returning heroes, and more action. All new, all tonight, all next. Stay with us.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We're dancing to the good old sounds of No Way Jose because it is your one and only NXT After Show right here on AFTERBUZZ TV. I am one of your hosts here, that's Mark B. Donica, joined as always by one of the other two-thirds of the NXT, Mr. One True Hobo.
That's me!
He's the True Hobo.
And I'm so sore. I've been training real hard, gonna work on defending the gold coming up. So like I said, next big defense, I'm working hard, man.
And it's nice to dance it all out.
Yes, you
Pretty good. And of course, as always, next to her, Bill. Wait a minute, you're not Bill Hanstock.
What happened to Bill?
I'm not Bill.
Joining us is a film and theater producer. She's a wonderful friend of ours, a friend of the show, Miss Emily Heller. How are you?
I'm so great. I'm so excited to be here with the Hobo
So
and
what
Mark.
qualifies you to be here?
Oh, you don't have to grill her.
No.
Wow.
This is only fair.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know where she came from.
Fair enough.
Hobo, you are being so tough on me.
How long have you been watching wrestling?
Oh my gosh,
Because the people, they're gonna ask, oh, what's a girl doing here? What does a girl know?
I totally understand, and I am here for you, Hobo. I am one of your biggest fans, by the way. I am.
That's in your Twitter profile, isn't
It is. You're that special.
That's right.
You're that special. Anyway, I've been watching wrestling for probably almost 10 years. I know it is not as long as some of the folks out there, but it truly, really is an amazing.
And it is longer than how long NXT has been on the air. So, not just a fair weather fan here. We're happy to have you. We have a big show to talk about tonight. We got a recap starting off the show with Finn and Shinsuke making their match, presumably for some time. We'll get more on that later. But we start off the night with our first match: Ty Dillinger versus the re-debuting one and only Oney Lorcan. So this is formerly Biff Busick.
Yeah.
He's now Oney Lorcan. Thoughts on the name?
I would like to know its origin. I would like
its country of origin.
Maybe I should have Googled this to figure out what an Oni or a Lorcan is.
Well, it's not. So it's not spelled like the Japanese demon Oni, which is O-N-I.
Right.
It is O-N-E-Y.
EY, yeah.
Very interesting.
Sure.
Is it a Boston thing?
Yeah, it's a Boston. He's from Boston, right? So maybe there's some special, like, Bostonian folklore we don't know about, and it goes back to that.
The Oni of Philadelphia or some
Massachusetts.
damn thing.
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Boston, Massachusetts?
Sure. I don't. It's up
You
there.
travel
doesn't
all
know.
around this damn country.
Yeah, I know, but you don't understand how the Northeast is structured. You sort of run from state to state to town. It's all really old and all just is kind of the same.
All right, fair play. Funnily enough, a little while ago, we had a Twitter snafu from the official NXT Twitter account between Rich Brennan and Alex Reyes. We had something where they tagged Alex as Rich, and then they deleted it really quick. Do you not remember that?
Yeah, I know. Yes.
And it was pretty terrible. I saw two tweets that looked almost exactly the same. The first one talking about the debuting Oney Lorcan. And then the second one talking about the debuting Oney Lorcan. They were both pictures of Ty Dillinger, so I assumed it was the same person.
They couldn't make up their mind.
Well, no. It was Ty Dillinger versus the debuting Oney Lorcan.
Was it a
and
picture?
then the debuting Oney Lorcan.
Right, but was there a picture of Oney Lorcan, or was it just
No,
a
it was
picture
Ty
of
Dillinger on the entrance ramp.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Solid media work there.
Yeah. So overall thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I don't know. I was too overcome with the name Oney Lorcan
You
to really
were.
pay attention to the
You couldn't
match.
shut up about it.
Yeah, you kept talking about it, and I was just focusing on Dillinger.
Well, you tell me about the match.
I really love him. They keep saying, "Oh, he's the perfect 10." I think he's like a 12.
That's pretty
Yeah,
stellar.
he's really fantastic, and I think that it was really great. I think they both put in some great
Offense?
Offense
Okay.
and
Strong
built like a
word.
really good storyline to kind of continue.
Yeah, but it's just so hard. Ty Dillinger being the perfect 10, and he just can't seem to get a win. Commentary keeps talking about how he's a win away from becoming a superstar or something
Yeah.
like that, and he just can't seem to get it, even against a guy named Oney Lorcan.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. What do you think they're trying to push here if he keeps losing and
Mouth agape.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know where it could go at this point. He lost twice to Cien Almas, once to Oney Lorcan. This is probably the only, third match he's ever had. Lorcan.
On television, yeah.
Being formerly Gerard.
Chris Gerard.
Chris Gerard. I just don't know where this is going. I want a direction for Ty Dillinger.
And so the weirdest thing was Ty had a comeback that was just full of aggression, a series of strikes in the corner, but Oney was given, it's still weird to say, Lorcan, weirder to say, was hitting some running back elbows in the corner and got hit by a head-removing super kick.
I mean, every square inch of that boot.
Looked like we were going to get the 3, but it only ended up being 2, beyond surprisingly. That super kick was a perfect 10. Like, everything that he does in the ring is perfect except for the 2 counts.
I mean, every one of us thought that should have been it.
yeah, we all were like, oh, it's over.
and the crowd was
no.
chanting that was 3.
Yeah.
So everybody knew it.
But
Like, that was a great way to end the match, but it was a front flip neck breaker from Lorcan that ended up picking up the victory. And on commentary, Graves went the entire match singing Ty Dillinger's praises, and then went, he's a 5 at best, right after he lost.
he lost to a Lorcan.
Yeah.
I think that sums it up.
Of the Boston Lorcans?
Boston Lorcan.
Sounds about right.
I did like Lorcan's style in this. He's sort of like a series of strongholds, and then he uses his entire body as offense. Not just a strike, but a flying strike, or anything he does, he has to get a running start just to use his weight. I mean, he's a cruiserweight. He has to be. So I'm sort of just waiting for him to have his moment in the Cruiserweight Classic.
His is a body type that we don't see very often, and his is also a style that we don't see. It's a very much a throwback, because he's not wearing pads whatsoever. He's just boots and tights, and
He's not tan. He's terribly light.
no
Well, you
offense,
need the
Boston,
contrast. You need the contrast.
Is that what it
too.
was?
Yeah.
It doesn't
also-
need white balance.
but against the black mat, he pops more.
I mean, Ty Dillinger looked like a rich mahogany compared to
Rich Canadian mahogany.
rich Canadian maple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I say mahogany. Canadian mahogany.
But they got maple. It's on a friggin' flag.
No, that's a leaf.
Right. but
It's not a tree.
It
not
comes,
a leaf.
it comes from a maple tree.
All right, we're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to check on that, Mr. Hobo. We'll come back to that maybe a little bit later.
I'm not a treologist here, but I do know a thing or two.
Arborist.
Where's Boston again?
It's in the upper. It's cold near Canada.
How close to the Canadian trees is it?
Closer enough-ish.
Closer enough-ish. And already we're on a great start. It's as if nobody paid attention. So we got to the back.
He was a Lorcan.
Yeah, he was Lorcan, a beautiful Canadian tree. We're not disavowing anything to the Lorcans or the
Maybe that was growing in his backyard when he was a kid.
of the Boston Lorcan estate.
Yes.
Makes
A
sense.
tall Lorcan.
Makes sense. It's a very pale tree. It's like a birch.
Right.
Austin Aries is in the back with Kathy Kelly. He's talking about how the mission remains the same to prove his greatness, and losing to Nakamura added fuel to his fire. He is super, super on point. He's refocused. He's going to be back to the top. We got a little bit of No Way Jose coming in. He's talking about, hey, you got to stay positive. When life tells you no, you got to say, no way! And he dances off. That's part of the reason why we played the music. We also haven't played No Way Jose to start the show yet.
Hard to believe.
I don't know why. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like Aries was sort of on message. Coming to NXT, he's been super positive, really upbeat. But it's you feel it. You feel the pressure Because, Aries, he's not going to stay that way for long. You can see something happening. When a guy who dances is telling a guy who's the greatest man who ever lived how to do things, you gotta take it a little personally.
I don't know. That depends on what kind of person you are. Would you take it personally, Emily?
If
somebody who told you were doing your job wrong and said, hey man, you just gotta do it this way and not care about anything, how would you take that?
I think you should be open, you should be open-minded and go for it. And if it's a constructive criticism, if someone's saying, hey, maybe try it this way, you might open whole new windows.
You're not gonna, you wouldn't be angry.
No, I don't think I would be angry.
You've got to be open. You've got to be open to those suggestions.
You got to be open to suggestions.
Only when we are at our lowest point are we open to the greatest change.
Who said that?
I forget. Because I heard it.
It must have been. It's on the Lorcan shield.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a very well-known saying.
It's on the Lorcan crest.
Anytime I quote something, it's from like a second or third party, and people go, "It came from something before that." So I'm not even gonna say it.
What I was gonna say is what I liked about Aries is, and he was talking about that it wasn't just about one match, but it was kind of about the whole journey, and that there's a series of things that you have to go through in order to get to where you want to go. And so I think it was really powerful, and I think you could see him just fighting to get to the next step in his career.
It's hard to figure out where that step is.
But it is something that we can get behind as human beings.
Right.
It's a very common ideal that we all sort of strive to.
When you've been doing this as long as he has, you gotta try and stay positive. Try.
Do or do not. There is no try. I don't remember where that one's from either. Also, after that, we get a recap from how Bayley got injured. But we also, right after that, find out that she's been cleared. And what we learned last night is Regal said if she was cleared, she would be able to compete that night. So we're going to get a Bayley match later in the episode.
And it looked like she took an Uber to the doctor and from the doctor in her gear. Mm-hmm. And walked into Full Sail through the front door. She
has a mojo level of excitement to where I figure she was super confident. I'm going to get cleared today, so I'm just going to, I'm just going to go in my gear so that once I'm cleared, I'll just be ready to go.
Yeah, directly from the office into the ring.
Yeah.
It works perfectly.
Makes sense.
I mean, I always wear my wrestling gear.
I know.
Always.
It's also some of the few clothes that you wear.
And it serves as a weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does it serve as a weapon?
Smell.
Okay, that's what I was afraid you would say.
That's what that is. Okay.
Man, it's pretty potent. Sorry you had to sit next to him.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
It's a rite of passage.
Is it?
I guess it's initiation.
It was for you.
It was.
It is for Bill.
I spent a year.
That's right.
Solid year next to that stench. I went through many combs that just kind of burned the more I combed my hair. Our next match of the night, No Way Jose versus Josh Woods. This was a little peculiar. Woods tried to show his MMA skills in a wrestling match, but just couldn't get Jose's number because he had such a specific form of offense. As much wrestling training as you do to be an MMA fighter, dance fighting is completely different.
Well, I mean, it's not even capoeira.
No.
Listen up this. I don't know. Woods, I mean, Corey Graves pretty much called it. He looked like any dude at a CrossFit gym. Top knot, tattoos, beard, funky shoes. That's pretty much it. And he performed like any schlub from a CrossFit gym.
How would he fare in the CWFH training gym?
I mean, he looks like he's in good shape, so he's got that going for him. But I think I could teach him some, holds. Or if he's an MMA guy, maybe he should have thrown, a couple of strikes.
I will say, though, he did have, that rear chinlock had a new form of execution that we don't see.
Yeah, he grapevine the leg there, trying to keep Jose from getting up. Yeah, not much going on.
I like the contrast of the style of moves.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. So a little mix of MMA fighting.
I mean, did you like what Woods brought to the table, either in appearance or in moveset?
Yeah, I mean, I think it enhanced No Way Jose. I think it made him go over really, really well.
So it was Woods' intensity that sort of made Jose kind of look more fun,
Yeah.
even as opposed to a dude who was super serious, as most MMA fighters are. Not ones for senses of humor.
No, I am looking forward to the eventual WrestleMania match of No Way Jose versus Brock Lesnar, but I think this isn't as much of a precursor as we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Afterwards, Austin Aries comes out. He says, "We're not defined by our history, but by our defeats." He could learn from Jose. He was reminded of an important lesson. NXT is about having fun, and he thanks him for reminding him of that. They shake hands. Austin's heading out. Jose stops him. Music hits. It's like, "Come on, man, dance." And it slowly takes over Austin, and he's having a good time. We're dancing in the ring. We're doing the Hogan hand, which some people, that's how you dance in the WWE.
Well, that's how you dance in the club. And you ever seen Hogan do, or like somebody do the Hogan? You gotta.
I didn't know you were of the club type.
Occasionally.
I guess he goes. You go home.
In
You sneak in?
Australia, I went. Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
Oh, all right.
It was nice.
At the discotheques,
Little loud.
as they call in Australia, the discotheques.
Yep.
Very good.
Very loud.
They were dancing all around the arena. They finally get to the commentary desk. They start dancing a little bit there. Discus elbow from Austin Aries. He dives.
Which is a dance move. That's a dance move.
That's a dance move.
Yeah.
It's pretty aggressive.
Sure. You ever hit the discus elbow on the dance floor,
At the
Emily?
at the metal pit.
No.
At the
Yeah.
Megadeth pit.
Because I know you love the metal music.
Oh yeah, all the time.
You got metal written
Dancing
all over
all the
you.
time. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm sure
Blasting.
that if you were in Aries' position, you would have done the same thing. Like you
know,
can
I
tell
was-
how you're a nice person when I see that fire in your eyes.
You know, I can see both sides. I can see both sides.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yes.
Go on, please.
No Way Jose was like trying to get this person that was having a tough time to get in there and like open up and dance and have some fun. And the whole time, that whole sequence, I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. Waiting,
Can feel it.
waiting.
The shark in the water.
And you just know, okay, this person is probably gonna still do something bad. You hope for the best, but sometimes people still do bad things. So, you know.
You know where this might all stem from? A lack of sparkles on Jose's wrestling gear.
Do you think he needs more sparkles?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, compared to Austin Aries.
Austin Aries
Well, yeah.
is
I
all
mean, he's
sparkle butt.
black and, you know.
Yeah. I mean, his gear is just completely white. Except for what? He got some airbrushing done.
A little bit.
It's good to go to a flea market now and then, get some custom airbrush.
Sure.
Yeah, this is like 1990.
You can get you can get a combo special of your van and your tights. Don't
Yeah.
ask how I know.
What
it's a pretty common
image
practice.
is on the side of your van, Emily? Because I know you've got a shaggin' wagon.
It's sparkles. There's just sparkle unicorns.
What?
Sparkly unicorns.
No way!
Yes.
See, now I just
Never
imagine.
would've guessed.
I imagine little rhinestones that are shaped like unicorns
Whoa.
that are just in a tile pattern all across it.
And
I
there's
say
pink-
imagine as opposed to I have a picture of it because her van's parked outside.
And there's pink shag carpet.
What? Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Is that a
pretty baller.
special order?
There might be a disco ball in there as well.
What?
Full size.
Real size? It's a wrecking ball. That's
Yes.
a wrecking ball.
Sounds like
Yes.
a hazard.
For
Get
my-
Emily.
Right in there.
For my late night music video filming.
Music videos. Yeah, sure.
Painted van confessions.
Whatever you want to call them, Emily.
So am I the only one who stayed hopeful the entire time?
I was until like the last second.
I'm a fan. You were talking about how once he attacked, everything became right with the universe.
Yes.
And I'm sorry I took that line from you because
No,
you wrote it down with
that's
full intention of
fine.
saying it. But I'm a fan of when they play with expectation. So Austin Aries has kind of been this jerk character throughout his career, and fans kind of expect it
His personal
for somebody who
life.
calls him. I mean, Thea's a friend of the show, but
is.
we don't. She hasn't said.
They
too much,
managed to get along. Fire and ice.
I think it's all for Kovu. I think it's all for Kovu. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They're a wonderful couple. But everybody had this expectation, and I think it would have been great if instead. Well, I like that we have a rivalry between these two because it means great things for No Way Jose. But I think if this turned into a tag team. This is one of our unlikely tag teams where Austin it was drawn out.
We would have just gotten to exactly where we are now.
Yes,
they would turn on each other.
But then you would have got to see Austin Aries as you never would and never could. We got it for 2 minutes tonight where he was just being an awkward dancing dude, but looked like he was having an absolute ball.
I think that thought crossed his mind. He's like, maybe we could tag team, and I could just come out and dance, and they're all laughing at me. They're all laughing at me.
And then
just
he snapped. Yeah, and then he snapped.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of am siding with Mark a little bit. I like the idea that they could be a tag team.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I like the idea that someone from the dark side can move over to the light. Thank you.
Instead of Apollo Crews. So yeah.
Just happy to be here. You got an Apollo Crews-like smile. It's like chiclets in your mouth.
Just happy to be here.
Just a wall of white.
I'm just happy to be here, guys.
You look
Just
like
happy
a
to be
great
here.
white.
Thanks.
You're a tiger shark.
That's not
Hobo.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Last Chancery on the ramp ends the segment, and as we all know, a submission move on the ramp or on an announce table is even more devastating.
It's super effective.
And on to our next segment. In the back, we've got Regal with Shinsuke Nakamura. He thinks that he totally agrees that since both Shinsuke and Finn are on the same page about having the match, he makes it. And 3 weeks from tonight, we are going to see Finn Balor versus Shinsuke Nakamura. But they get interrupted by Buddy Murphy. Of all people, Buddy Murphy. Talking about Australia. Actually, I don't know why I brought that up.
Because he's from Australia.
That's what it was.
He's got a funny accent.
I mean, it's from an
I mean,
Australian accent.
It's not funny to them.
From an Australian perspective?
It's hard to judge because you've got an English guy, a Japanese guy, and an Australian guy. Nobody speaks perfect English.
I've heard this one before.
Yeah. What? Like American English? Like perfect real English, not like the Queens, Kings, whatever.
Is this like someone walks into a bar joke?
Yes.
Murphy interrupts the meeting, talks about how he never gets his chance from William Regal, and Regal's like, I'm giving you everything, man. You want to go singles, you want to do this, you want to do that. Shinsuke ends up challenging him for a match tonight, so we now have our main event of the evening.
What did you think Buddy Murphy's chances were walking into this situation? Like, did you think this was a good idea for him to do this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, I
so
mean,
balls, brass
Yeah,
balls.
why
no,
not?
I mean, think about it. The match between Ty Dillinger and Shinsuke Nakamura, we kind of knew how it was going to be. We all had hopes, but that was I think so far, aside from Sami Zayn or aside from his pay-per-view matches, the best match that he's had in the WWE.
All right, but are we saying that Buddy Murphy is a Ty Dillinger?
Only when we are at our lowest point are we open to the greatest change.
So
We'll get that
So
sometime.
Buddy Murphy's he's kind of like at the bottom and working his way back up.
Yo, I 100%.
Okay.
He lost his girl and his tag team partner, and now he's just looking to find himself in this division. So he goes not straight to the top, but
Well, I mean,
straight to the almost top.
Do you think Ty
undefeated.
Dillinger and Murphy are kind of going in the same
I hope
type
I think
path?
they're both just looking for a good. They both just need a W.
they're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
tough.
tough. Gotta hook up that wrestling Tinder.
TUFF. What would a wrestling Tinder be called?
I don't know. It's just
Oh,
like,
goodness.
like tossing things on
What are
the
you talking
floor.
about? Your pen's right there.
Yeah.
On your pad where you
did
left
that.
it. What? No, but honestly, what would a wrestling Tinder be called?
The rat race would probably be the
pretty-
best.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was gonna go ringer.
Ringer?
R-A-N-G-R, so it's the same.
It's gotta have rat in it.
Yeah, I don't. That's what the second R stands for. So it's ring R, ring rat, but it's ringer.
Oh, so it's spelled differently.
Yeah. It's spelled like ringer.
R-N-G-R?
Yeah, because that's what Tinder and the other ones are all do is they get rid of the E.
Yeah.
So if you do that, then it's ring R, ring rat, or ringer.
And you need like 2 syllables. It needs to be like.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
quick-
You ever thought about dating a wrestler?
No, I don't go that
I'm
way.
not offering.
I would.
Don't worry, I can't take you out for dinner.
You can't afford me.
Oh, all right.
Okay. That was
I'm glad we've established that. I am now at my lowest, and I am ready to grow.
open for your greatest change.
all the greatness.
You know who could really use some greatest change? The Gypsy Curse, Deonna Purrazzo.
Oh yes. She's back.
She's back.
Cursed as ever. God bless her.
Yes. Love herself some Deonna Purrazzo. It's like, you know what? Maybe tonight will be her night. Maybe she gets a good talent to go up against. It's Bayley. Dang it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Bayley.
Yay!
So.
And she's at 100%.
Yes, and
Good for you,
super
Deonna.
antsy to get back into the ring. It's been a month or so, and it showed.
Yeah.
Deonna didn't get too much of an offense in. Bayley got a lot of her greatest hits in, but
She even snapped Deonna Purrazzo on the ropes.
Yes.
Give her start on the I was a little surprised to see Bayley bending the rules quite that much.
I loved this match because Bayley really, you could tell she was ready to get in there and just take it all. She was ready to just get back in there after her.
She was that happy.
Yeah,
If
she
you
was
could
that
feel it
happy.
through
You
the
could feel
screen.
it. Her energy was just higher than I've seen it in a while, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think the theme for this episode really is starting over.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are just starting over Bayley for being one. I mean, she fought Nia Jax, lost, was injured in that loss. There's so many others that are actually having to start completely over.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be the theme of this episode.
yeah,
I
her,
agree.
Austin, Jose, Ty Dillinger. We got a restart
Lorcan.
with Lorcan.
Lorcan.
Lorcan of the Boston Lorcans. Oni Lorcan of the Boston Lorcans. Make sure, because there's a lot of them.
Oh, you're right.
So you gotta make sure you say the first.
Yeah.
One. Bayley wins with Bayley to belly, and that's that.
A lot of hip toss reversals. I gotta say,
That was fun.
it wasn't as completely a runaway.
No,
But
I
it was
didn't say it was a runaway. Deonna got her some
got
fun
something.
offense in.
Something happened.
She showed her spirit.
She got a pin. She pinned Bayley.
Or pin attempt.
If she
got the pin, she would have
She
won.
was able to get her shoulders to the mat.
Yes.
Even that is a bit of a stretch for Purrazzo.
For good old GC.
I mean,
Deonna Purrazzo.
she's fighting this curse. Have you ever had a gypsy curse?
I haven't. I don't want one, really.
You don't want it again? How did you get rid of it?
No, I didn't get one. I don't want one at all.
Oh, I thought you said you had.
No, she
one.
has heard of
I
one.
have heard of one
it.
of them.
You got to be
yes.
careful with your language, there, Hope. You can't. You're not coming across clearly.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're excited.
No, but I
You
have
don't-
Well, I'm trying to get more information out of
I
her.
have to give it to both of these ladies. They did a great job together in their offenses and defenses in this match.
Bayley pulling out the win. Bayley to Bayley.
She did, but I think both of them had a really great chance starting out.
You think this was a good showing for Deonna Purrazzo?
I think so.
Think she'll be back?
Yeah.
Think she'll get a win?
I think if she continues to work at it, she will.
Bless your heart.
We have to have hope.
We have
remember?
to some hope and positivity.
Hope
We're all
positivity.
about positivity here at the NXT
This
team.
is our
I thought
theme today.
after seeing Austin Aries completely lose his mind and try and beat up a happy dancing dude, I thought we were all on the same page. That hope is lost.
Oh no! See, I was the one that wanted it to keep going. Remember? So we were never on the same page.
No,
Yes, we're in different chapters.
I have a mouse in my pocket.
In the back, we've got Carmella with Andrea. Carmella wants to be the face of the NXT Women's Division, but gets interrupted by everybody's favorite, Alexa Bliss. She comes up and says, without Enzo and Cass, nobody cares.
Well, that's rude.
That's a strong statement. Rude.
It is rude.
She kind of gets a little bit back in her face when Carmella accuses Blake and Murphy of, what about them? But we know, Alexa knows, she was always the star of that group. always. So she got rid of them so that she could focus on her. She never got pinned in the number 1 contendership match, which is a very fair point. When we were talking about that match, we talked about how smart she was by staying out and picking her spots. She is one of the smartest women in the NXT division, in all of the WWE's women's division, because of how well she picks her spots.
She's got speed and intelligence, and that just goes to show. Even with Blake and Murphy, it was a situation of she saw 2 guys who sort of were just looking for a good time. Mm-hmm. They were champions. They had the gold. They had the money. They just needed the girls, and they found this girl to sort of leech off of,
lord over them.
Yeah.
Which she did. Carmella challenges her to do something about it. Emily, where do you see these 2 going?
You know, I think they're gonna be they're gonna be the next people to go against each other.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's really heading that direction?
I think it's really heading that direction. I think it's gonna be really interesting to see in the coming weeks and months to see where these girls go against each other.
Now, do you see it just being a singular match? Do you see it having to be a contest of a few matches to finally decide who the tougher individual is?
You know, there might be some surprises in there. There might be some people coming in to stir up some trouble. I have a feeling.
What do you think? Do you think one of Blake or Murphy is going to come back and help Alexa to beat Carmella?
Yeah, maybe.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think there might become hired guns for her. Possible.
Yeah, I think there might be some like under table kind of dealings.
Her feminine wiles are strong.
And that weird metal glove that she has.
Yes.
Dangerous.
Oh, is it like the gauntlet?
Like the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yes.
I was gonna go more like Lady Deathstrike's like claws from X-Men, but sure, that works too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both in Marvel.
She could hold power over.
Yeah, why not? And slice them with her claw fingers.
Claw fingers.
Because they come out. It's like they're giant nails.
Ooh.
As opposed to Wolverine's 3.
That's rough.
TM61 is Will-O-Wisp. I think that don't worry about it. What I would like to see is at TakeOver Brooklyn 2, we're gonna see a triple threat match between Nia Jax, Bayley, and Asuka, like we've been talking about. But we also see a number 1 contendership match between Alexa and Carmella at
Do you think
TakeOver 2.
Could it be number 1 contendership? I mean, granted, they're strong.
Mm-hmm. I think it could. If both of them want to prove that they are the face, if Nia Jax takes the victory at Brooklyn, this is months from now, but if Nia Jax takes the victory, then it's open season for who the number 1 contender is.
True.
So I think we could see that. What do you want to see with these 2 ladies? Let us know in the comments down below or on iTunes. We are on iTunes. If you're listening to us on iTunes, we're on YouTube. So give us a watch, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a listen on iTunes. We're on iTunes. Give us a rating, leave us a comment, a review, and we'll read it on air. My phone died, or else we would be reading some of those. But we're not. So, despite that, technical limitations aside, it's perfect. But speaking of Asuka and Nia Jax, we got to look at their performance at TakeOver the End and what led up to that. And we see Nia Jax coming out for her match, and in between that and finding out who her opponent was, we got to look at the Authors of Pain, which presumably they're keeping in our minds so that we can see them next week or the week after.
We have yet to see American Alpha after TakeOver.
No, they're coming back next week.
They are missing in action, so to speak.
Ever since the Authors of Pain took them out.
Yes.
Needed a couple weeks just to rest up a little bit. Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. Why do small women keep challenging Nia Jax?
I think it's awesome.
All right,
okay.
Go on, proceed.
Why?
I just think it's fantastic because, Nia Jackson, like she thinks she's like the toughest the toughest woman right now, and
But why do you want to see the small women?
Because I think the small women can, even though they're small, I think they have strength. I really do, and I think they can still beat her.
It's a good dichotomy, and imagine being the first woman to take out Nia Jax of a smaller stature. Like, what if Liv Morgan took down Nia Jax? She would be like the giant killer. It's Jack versus the Beanstalk every week.
There's a giant up at the top of that beanstalk. He doesn't actually have to fight the tree.
I don't know about
tree.
that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to check our.
Yeah, but it's very large.
We're gonna have to check our sources.
Very
on that one.
large.
Careful. You don't want to.
You're gonna hit me,
Yeah.
Hobo.
No, you're ruining her shot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're ruining. So okay.
Is this better?
No, yeah, this shot. Yeah,
This shot better?
Yeah, that shot. That's your
Now
shot.
I've got my own shot. You can have that one. This is mine now.
Yeah.
Hobo,
But if you want to talk to,
Quite on me.
yeah, you
What,
might
is my
have
hair
like,
bothering you?
Might have a louse or two.
My hair.
Gotta get
I
some
wouldn't
lice.
touch his hair.
I don't
Stroke
want to
it
touch that.
gently.
No, Hobo, go over a little bit. Thanks.
Fine. And we're
Liv-
back here.
Yes,
Okay.
that's okay.
Sorry about that. interruption.
Liv Morgan showed some life, but Nia proved you couldn't jax her around. Thank you. Bill's not here. I have to make puns, and that was just a bad one in general. I wrote it down knowing it was a bad one because that's my style.
I'm a little upset you wrote that down.
I know. I typed it.
Oh, that's
I didn't,
somehow
I didn't write
worse.
it. I typed it.
That's what you use ink for, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's not.
Toner.
It's the studio's ink.
How
so
expensive is that toner?
I'll ask our producers.
I'm gonna tell Maria.
Don't.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Could you not do that?
Hey, I'm just.
Hey, this is all for the show.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Just dust this off really quick.
Liv Morgan showed a lot of life. She actually did a lot better than I expected her to do. Not so much from an offensive standpoint. Granted, she did hit a couple of things, but she was much springier than I thought she would be.
It's a great thing to do against a larger opponent. Is you have to bounce around them to try to get them to catch you.
I just wasn't prepared for it because she had been kind of like a Carmella knockoff previously.
For a little bit.
That's how she looked.
She's from Jersey.
She was fast. She was getting to places that Nia couldn't go as quickly. Like she was really kind of bouncing all over, and it was really great to see her do some moves that that Nia had to react to.
Well, it's the speed. Liv Morgan clearly understood the value of speed and being having that gorilla type offense, not gorilla but gorilla, and being able to move around where the larger lumbering giant can't catch you. You ever fought a lumbering giant?
No, I haven't.
I know a few. If you wanna get,
Cool.
I could set that up. if
Yeah,
you'd like. All right,
give me their numbers.
Do you have a fighting background at all?
I don't.
Seems like more of a scrapper than
No,
like a trained fighter.
Do you like
you know-
movies about gladiators?
I will dance. I will dance for you guys. I won't fight.
Oh my! All right. Can you go to the ATM or? No.
Classical dance.
Our
Hobo.
main event for the evening,
Classical.
Nia Jax wins with she just barreled over Liv on the ropes.
She ran flat under her.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Liv Morgan. If the ropes weren't there, Liv Morgan would have ended up in like the 10th row.
It looked pretty painful.
Like
Yeah.
Spike Dudley just
I'm
getting tossed.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't get knocked out.
If that didn't do it, the powerbomb did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which got Nia Jax the win. Both her and Bayley look like they're on track to
Another
Asuka.
collision course.
Yeah.
It looks like that 3, but the triple threat may not happen depending upon if Carmella and Alexa Bliss are able to settle their #1 contendership right before Brooklyn.
Maybe we get a fatal 4-way #1 contendership.
Could be.
Maybe.
I mean, could be if they end up settling that before Brooklyn, then it could be a 4-way.
Okay, I can see that. Our main event of the evening: Shinsuke Nakamura versus Buddy Murphy, Muddy Murphy, as we call him endearingly.
Because he plays the blues, or at least he's singing them tonight.
That was good. Murphy learned why you shouldn't get into a kick fight with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
I don't know what gave him the cojones to do such a thing.
He's got some chutzpah.
Yes, he does have some chutzpah.
Kahutzpah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
There
got.
was definitely like a little kicking battle going on.
It wasn't much of a battle.
Well, no, on one side it was.
Right, it was Murphy going, "Ha, I can kick," and then Naka going, "Me
Yeah,
too."
me too.
And then Murphy going, "I don't want you to do that again. Thanks, sorry."
I could also punch you in the face really hard. And then
And he-
kick you in the belly.
Nakamura immune to strikes.
Yeah, strong strikes kept Murphy on the ropes, both literally and figuratively. Not too long of a match as we were expecting. I mean, I don't know what we were expecting, but Kinshasa gets Shinsuke Nakamura the win on his road to Finn Balor in 3 weeks.
Do you like Nakamura's entrance? I mean, you have a background in film and television and theater, live spectacle. what do you think of the visual aspect that is?
Oh, I love it.
Shinsuke
I think on the media and music and just all of it works together really well.
His performance.
And his performance. He just has the movement that he does is very different than what we've seen in entrances, and I think it just brings a new energy to NXT that I don't think we've seen in a while. So.
Or in wrestling, I think.
In wrestling,
period.
yeah.
You can judge him amongst his peers in NXT, but I think in all of wrestling, he's a very unique commodity for the way he views things.
It has a performance art quality that I think is fantastic.
He's a charismatic enigma that we've not seen since the likes of Jeff Harvey. Yeah, that was for
Oh my stars!
that was for everybody out there. We're gonna see Adam Lee on TV soon, by the way. We've got
Where?
on Raw or SmackDown.
No.
Yeah, the
No.
past couple of weeks we had Johnny Wrestling. No, that's not. And then I was gonna say Johnny Good Times. People Power.
Oh, but Laurinaitis.
Yeah, John Laurinaitis, and then we saw Teddy Long as we're ramping up to the brand split.
Adam Lee.
Ty said, "Why not?" Ty said on Monday, Raw After Show, every Monday live at 8 p.m. Adam Lee's got to be there because once he accepted the character and really started to be like the Adam Lee era, the Adam Lee original, and all of that stuff, beyond memorable.
My stars.
So we're probably gonna see him again. But yeah, I agree. Shinsuke. Seriously though, probably not since Jeff Hardy. Has there been an enigmatic figure? Because there's something about Jeff.
It's so hard to compare.
That starts from the.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a relic from the Hardy Boys, but coming out in the paint and then just the energy that he has.
Yeah.
Super similar, but I mean, Shinsuke is the evolution of that. But I think.
But I mean, okay.
But Jeff was one of those guys that he would come out and you would get excited no matter
And they
what.
do have alternate styles to sort of your classic wrestler.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't compare them to each other as far as
I'd say
fighting styles.
I'd say no. I would just say entrance and enigmacity.
Enigmacity.
Yes.
Is that a word?
Big word, Mark.
It's not a real one. So that's our show for tonight. Why don't we move on to news and gossip?
AfterBuzz TV News.
So the news that has been, and don't worry, this does become NXT related. So news that has been rocking the WWE universe over the past couple of days: Roman Reigns suspended.
Why are we talking about that now?
Because
all right,
suspended for 30 days due to not adhering to the wellness
he
policy.
was going to defend his title, then he got high.
Yeah. Well, now he's gonna go home.
Well, he'll
and
go home
he
for
can
a
get
little
high
while.
as much as he would like.
And then come
So the reason we're bringing
30
this up.
days, smoke up.
So the reason we were bringing this up is he was originally billed for a upcoming live show in Orlando, and as a result of him being pulled, they had to change the match that he was in, which ended up changing the whole card as a result of it.
Jeez, really?
So if you're going to that WWE live event in Orlando,
What's the date of that live event?
don't have
Sometime
it written down.
in the future.
Soon, in one of the
Yeah, it's coming up here real soon.
in one of the J months.
Yeah.
Not
Could be.
and it's not January. I
Could
do
be
know that.
Was it July
November.
25th?
There's so many.
Well, you know.
There have been so many dates. There are so many dates that have been thrown around and it just went. But being added to that card is a NXT tag team match.
Tag team, bitch.
He doesn't know it. Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe and Austin Aries is being added to that card as a
Wow.
result. So we're not talking about the story to talk about Roman Reigns. That you can hear that on SmackDown. I mean, he is a former NXT star,
Yeah.
but
Leaky.
if you
Melika Leaky.
yep,
Maka.
very. That was your report from the Hobo. Also, we got news this week about the Cruiserweight Classic. We're still figuring out how we're going to be covering that for you, the viewer. Not only has the much anticipated
Emily, take it away.
It's all
okay, Mark,
caught up to me.
breathe.
Yeah. So Bill Hanstock was super hyped about a particular competitor,
Oh,
Zumbi. Zumbi has since signed a contract with a major international brand and is now out of the Cruiserweight Classic.
I mean, I've never met a zombie I haven't liked. So
Really?
this is really heartbreaking.
It's really, really surprising.
Yeah. You know a lot of zombies, Emily.
So we're looking into his replacement. And also, they have revealed that the hosts of the event, the 10-week event with a 2-hour finale, is Daniel Bryan and Mauro Ranallo, which is an awesome team. Mauro Ranallo, of course, the most recent added addition to the SmackDown announce team. Super awesome. Everybody wanted him to do more stuff. Well, here's some more stuff, especially because he only has to record 4 dates. Good for him. And also Daniel Bryan is going to be back on WWE screens. We're all pretty excited about that. And we've got some great stuff to look forward to when it comes to TakeOver Brooklyn. That's the show for tonight.
Show.
Yeah, that was a pretty good show. Emily, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How would you rate your experience out of 5 stars?
I would give it a 6.
Whoa!
Wow!
Yeah.
That's not physically
You're
possible.
super-
Because I
positive.
sat next to the hobo, even though the hair situation, and you're hosting.
I'm over here.
Yeah, I said you're hosting, so it's great.
I was going to turn that into an iTunes thing, but they don't have 6 stars on iTunes.
Oh,
So,
5
oh,
stars.
you could do 5 then.
5 stars?
Yeah,
now,
5 stars.
Now we're worse than 6 stars. You can go on iTunes and rate us 5 stars, because remember, the other ones don't work. All you got to do is go on iTunes podcast, search NXT, and you'll find us. We're near the top there. We want to thank everybody who has supported us ever. Through all aspects of the show. Yeah,
Ever since birth.
Forever.
Well, no, since the birth of the show.
Since its inception.
Yes. Whoa.
We want to thank our moms.
Well, you want to thank our moms.
Yes.
I'll thank our moms too. I don't know if you do. Did you know
Nope.
your mom?
I mean, there was
Do
a
you have a
mother.
mom?
There was a mother.
There was a mother.
There was a mother. It happened.
Was a mother.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. iTunes, YouTube, all that stuff. Emily, if folks want to keep an eye on you and all of your recent projects, where can they find you?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at Emily May M-A-E Heller.
And what are you
On the
working
Twitter.
on? What do you got going on?
Oh,
You just
you
had a
busy?
yes, I
Wait,
am.
that's getting real computational.
Wow.
You just had a show up.
Yeah,
for Fringe, right?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 shows at the Hollywood Fringe right now. So
What are they called?
Are they
Closing this
going
weekend.
well?
Yeah, they're going really well. One's called 13 Spring, and the other is Metamorphosis. So you can check it out on the Hollywood Fringe website.
So if you're in the LA area, make sure to check all of that biz out. Hobo, despite your rudeness, I'm going to give you some extra time.
Come back again soon, Emily, so I can verbally accost you then.
Live on air? That's not what... Put yourself over!
Follow
Promote
me
yourself.
on Twitter at TrueHobo. ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo. There are shirts there. NXTeam.Spreadshirt.com. There are even more shirts that are preferable, like this super cool shirt. And watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Download the Fight TV app. Watch it there, wherever you are, for free.
And you've also got the Red Carpet Rumble coming up, right?
July 10th. It's the Red Carpet Rumble.
It's the biggest event that you guys have every year. I will say... was it last year or the time before?
Year before.
Year before?
2 years ago.
Okay, so yeah, 2 years ago, I saw AJ Styles versus Trent Beretta. I saw you and Matt Hardy had a wonderful time. That was pretty fun.
It's cool.
Jake the Snake Roberts was there. It was
last year we had Piper was a part of it.
That's right.
Yes, it was coming up on that anniversary. Hooray! But yeah, you never know who's going to show up. It's awesome.
The Red Carpet Rumble
Waltman was 2 years ago too.
Sorry?
Sean Waltman.
Yes.
was
Yeah.
there
No.
as
Yeah.
well.
So if you're remotely in the LA area, make sure to look up Red Carpet Rumble July 10th. It's an awesome show. Go, because it's going to be a great time.
Are you going to be there, Emily?
I will be there.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I
Because
love-
she's the Hobo's biggest fan, and
I
you've got a
am.
fatal 4-way tag team title match.
That's right.
I love supporting Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Championship Wrestling from
You've
Hollywood.
had some affiliation with the show.
Yeah, they're it's fantastic.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at MarkBDonica. Do a lot of stuff here at AfterBuzz TV, as well as our sister site, Popcorn Talk. I'm on Video Game Movie Anatomy, as well as Jedi Alliance. It's where we celebrate the greatest saga ever told, Star Wars. Also, we just launched a new show over there, Sci-Fi Weekly, that I'm a part of, which is it's a lot of fun because I'm playing a character. It's pretty great. But yes, I mean, you don't know anything about playing a character. You do because you're a director.
I'm on me, baby.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. Mark Donica here, all of us at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.